Okay, welcome to the Let's Talk with Shaun and Luke podcast. Today we're going to be just talking about a bit of a touchy subject, which is a bit of racism and discrimination. I've got a couple of stories, recent stories actually, to talk about. So, we're going to be just discussing that because it's quite a deep and tough thing to talk about, but I think I need to speak out about it as well. So, yeah, that's where we're going with that today.
Yeah. Let's kick it off, Shaun. Just go ahead, mate. So what happened?
Okay, so the first one was last week, actually, in fact, on a Wednesday. Me and my two friends, we were going to a store in central London. I don't really want to name the store, actually, but we're going to a store in central London, clothes shop. So we're waiting in a line, and there's no signs outside or anything to say that, what the rules, in terms of rule of three. We get to the front door, the security guard's like, oh, no groups of three are allowed. And we're just like, huh? Like, why not? Start arguing about it, stuff like that. One of my friends, he starts recording the situation, what like that. And it's just like, what's this all about? Now, me being me, I try not to look at things as if it's just like, it might be a racism thing straight away. I try not to look at it. I try to analyze things like that. But at the start, when I looked outside on the window, there was nothing that actually said that there's no rule of three. So I kind of thought, well, this might be a bit of discrimination or a bit of racism already. So that was already a tough aspect. Now, fast forward, after about 10 minutes, I was just like, forget it. I'm standing outside to the side. My friends went inside to the shop. Next group come along, happened to be black as well. Two black girls and a guy, same thing. Wouldn't let them in, all three of them together. They start arguing as well. And this is where it really hit me, because four white guys, as those three were arguing, walked out the store together. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they stood to the side in a group and they were all just chatting away, and then they walked off together. So I was just like, hey, like, what's happening here? Like, look, these guys have all just walked out together and they're a group of four. And then why? Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? Because like there, it just kind of hit me. I was just like, bam, that's racism, racist discrimination. And for what reason? It was a disgrace. So I told my other friends when we came out, kept arguing about it, caused a bit of a scene, actually, because we were, we're calling them out and stuff like that. And people actually stopped to listen to what we were saying and stuff like that as well. And he couldn't answer any of the questions. The security guard couldn't answer any of the questions. According to him, he was like, well, if as this is my store, if I had my way, you would never come back in. I run this shop. That was his attitude. There was a supervisor that came on across as well, but he kept trying to get involved, and and he weren't really helping at all. And he was trying to be on the other guy's side a little bit, but it's just like, you got to call it for what it is, and that's what it was. It was racial discrimination. So it's kind of hit me hard a little bit, and I've been finding it, kind of tough to deal with. Because I think it's not nice. It's just not nice. It's very disheartening, and lots of people deal with these things in different ways. But it hurts, So
Yeah. What did the guy say? What did the security guard say then when he said that you three and the other, the other people were allowed in as well, but then 4 came out? Did he have any response to that?
Yeah, he was like, they just met up in the shop. Oh, I didn't know that. They didn't know they were together. Stuff like that. Oh, they just met up inside the shop and all this and that. Just rubbish excuses. Like, they all turn up together. Like, it's just like, don't just chat rubbish. Like, what the deal was. And then after that, he was very silent, because my friend was talking to him, kind of thing, like saying that, why are you doing this? Why are you acting like that? The guy was silent. He just kept his mouth shut after that. Because when you mess up, because if my friend was recording, when you mess up and they're not saying anything, you keep your mouth shut as well. So he messed up really bad. So yeah, honestly, it's just disheartening. And it's just the fact, like I said, a group of 4 walking out, It's just, and for what? We're good people. We were just going to the store, just wanted to have a look. just genuine. I think the other group as well, that also the same thing happened to them. We'll just go in there generally just to have a look in the store, and this is what we got. Got for trouble, and it's tough because I'm looking at it in my mind. I'm just thinking from now on. I've just been looking at it like since it happened, and I'm just like, wow. So when I see certain people or whatever, I just think, man, are they going to think negative or stuff like that just because of my color of my skin or because I'm darker? Is that because that's how I felt? And that's how I feel, and it's sad. It's honestly like I've been struggling. Even sometimes when I go back to work and stuff, mentally I haven't been in the same place. Because it's tough.
Yeah,
I don't want to. Nobody deserves to go through that. So yeah.
I know. Just on this situation and stuff, how would you say it could have been dealt with differently? So let's say he still said you're not allowed in. Let's just say he just said you're not allowed in as a group of 3. How could it have been dealt differently?
Well, it's a tough. Yeah. Okay.
No. Just let me say this. So the reason I'm saying that is because he's made you feel a certain way. So my point is, what could have happened to not make you feel that certain way? That's what I'm trying to get at.
Okay. The only way it could have been dealt with differently is outside the store, when they have in the window it says wear face masks and this and that, sanitize when you come in. They should have had a sign on there that says no more than 2 people come in at a time.
Yeah.
If they had that, it's hard to really argue, because then I expect them to be consistent with that, letting everybody in. But the fact they didn't have that in the shop window, because that actually isn't a company policy. That's where they messed up. That you need to be consistent. So, and first of all, they weren't consistent, and second of all, there was no, you just kind of made up a rule. So if that's a company policy, something like that, and it's in the window and we see that, okay, fair enough. Don't have a problem with that. But the fact they didn't have that, that's where they messed up. And he doubled down on it with his attitude. So there you go.
Do you think it would have helped if he had been a bit more? I don't know. How did he come across? I mean, so he's told you're not allowed in, and there's no sign and stuff. So you're saying, well, why is this? I'm trying to get to the point that how he's come across. Could he have come across differently? Do you know what I mean?
He's not really given any reason. He didn't really. He said that's the thing. He didn't really give a reason why. That's the thing. You're not really given a legit reason why as to why are you not letting 3 in. All you're saying is either 2 of you can go in and 1 of you's got to wait outside, or 1 of you can go in and 2 of you can wait outside. You just consistently just keep saying that, but you're not actually giving reasons why. So the more you do that without giving it a legit reason, the worse it seems. And
I think that's the thing that you just said, and that's the bit I'm getting from this, is that it's because now you're thinking about it. You're thinking about what the other person's thinking. Do you know what I mean? He might have not tried to be racist. He might have just been he might have just been doing his job poorly. Do you know what I mean? But it's the way he's made you feel. Do you know what I mean? He's made your friends feel and the other people feel. Do you know what I mean? And he might have been racist. We don't know for sure. But that's my thing. That that's my thing. That it's how he's making you feel, which is wrong.
Yeah, but it's the fact that he tried to. It's the excuses of I didn't know that they were a group of 4.
Right. Yeah.
That's where you mess up. That's where you. Because like I said at the start, I tried not to see it for what it was. But when he did that, the crazy thing is, because the doors, it's just like 1 entrance in, 1 entrance out, and they have the barrier thing in the middle. So I was standing outside there. I think he'd completely forgotten about me, just standing there watching and waiting. So when I see the next group of 3 black people arguing about it, then the group of 4 walk out, right? This is what he did. Once that group of 4 walked out and we started calling them out for that, he let that group of black people in.
Yeah.
So, do you know what I mean? He just, you know what I mean? Because he knows when you mess up. If he stuck to his morals on that and didn't give that excuse as well and stuck to his morals, then they wouldn't have allowed those 3 to just go in. But when you know you've messed up and made a mistake, there you go.
Yeah.
So you completely messed up, and it was racial discrimination. That's what it was. It was, and that when it hit me when I was outside, I was more of it in shock and very disheartened and upset. But this is what we did. We actually went, me and my friends, after everything, we walked down to the next shop because they have another shop just a bit further down the street, and we talked to the security guard and the supervisor. They were fantastic. You know, they were just like, you know, they literally was like, it's not a company policy there's not that 3 or more can walk in. It's not none of that. Obviously, you know, the security guard guy says, listen, you know, I deal with people who annoy me every day, but I'm not going to stop them from coming in. It's just like, if I think that maybe someone's a bit suspicious, I'm just going to maybe stand in a way where I might be able to see them or whatever, or stuff like that. That's fine. But, you know, they're not coming across like they're in any trouble or nothing. They're just generally just going about their business. And it's just that his attitude, even the security guard even said, like, weird stuff happens at the other store. Weird stuff happens. And he said also that that security guard that did this needs more retraining because what he did is unacceptable.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just like I said, it's just very disheartening, and there's just no need for it really.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I just hope that, you know, no one ever, obviously, no one else has to really go through that, because it stings and it hurts. But yeah, I think just sometimes just talking about it, you know, it kind of helps. So
yeah. Did you have a second time it happened as well? Didn't you have something else happen?
Yeah, but this one's a bit of a weird one, because I don't really know how to see this one, because it's a bit odd, because I'm trying not to see it from a certain perspective that it could be, but I think some of my other friends think that it's something else, and it's a weird one, because I was driving home from work. Obviously, I finished at 3:30 in the morning. Driving home from work, I've literally just set off, maybe like 10 minutes into my drive. Now, this is the crazy part. So imagine there's a roundabout. There's a roundabout here. Now, the police officer's coming from this direction to go round the roundabout and back in that direction. Now, I'm coming from the other side. I can see the police officer. He's speeding. He's already come down. He's gone round the roundabout and gone off in the direction I want to go. I'm down here now. I've pulled up. I've come to the roundabout. I've gone round, and I'm basically behind the police officer. But because the police officer had his sirens on, he's completely speeded off into the distance and gone. Right? So I've come round the roundabout. I'm slowed down behind, way behind. He's gone down the hill. He's gone round the next roundabout, and he's parked off on the corner. Right? I come now to the next roundabout, and I go round and turn right, and I start going off in this direction, from which he decides to start tailgating me and follow me slowly, but close to me, as if he's either looking to get the number plate, the car number plate number, or just to tailgate me to try and push me to go much faster over the speed limit so you can pull me over. And I wasn't having it, so I was just like, let me just go to speed limit. I'll not do anything wrong. And then I was just thinking, oh, here we go. Somebody's following me. And I was like, who's this? And then here we go. Sirens go on. I'm pulled over. I got pulled over.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what is this all about? What is this? So the police officer comes over to me and I said, hi, mate, what's wrong? He said, where are you going? I said, I'm going home. Oh, where have you been? Been to work? Where do you work? So I work at Amazon, you know, in a warehouse. Oh, where's that? Well, it's literally 10 minutes that direction, kind of where you've just come from. And I said, look, I'm sat here. I've got my big high-vis coat on. I'm sat here with my big high-vis coat on, and I've got my ID badge around my neck. Look, right here. Oh, can I see your license and registration? Fine. Walks to the front of the vehicle, acts as if he's looking at the number plate, comes back. Oh, sorry, I've got the wrong car. Sorry, I thought it was a car similar to yours. Walks off. Don't even bother looking at the license or registration or nothing. Or something like that. Just saying, you know what I mean? And just and that's it. And just goes. And I was just like, I was thinking, right, this is just all a bit. It's very frustrating and a bit weird. But you know, I tried to not to see it for what it could potentially be. I'm trying not to see it like that. But I spoke to my friends, and they think that, you know, maybe because They thought, oh, maybe I was like a drug dealer or something like that. That's why he kind of pulled me over or something like that. And it's half three in the morning or something like that. That's why you decided to pull me over. And I was just like, you know, I don't know. It's just a tough one. It's just a bit disheartening, you know, and a bit sad, and you know, it kind of messes with your head a bit. You know, it's just like, oh, you know, what have I done wrong? And obviously, I know the UK is different from maybe other countries like America and stuff in terms of the police and all that. But for me, when I get pulled over, like or stuff like that with the police, I kind of inside you just feel like I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how they're going to react or how they're going to feel, because it could go. I'm trying to just be as calm as possible, because I just know like I know not all police are like that, but it could just go sour real quick, and I just get nervous. So I'm just like, I don't really want to be any part of that. So I just want it to be calm, and that's how I feel about the police. You know, I don't like to feel. I don't ever want it to really feel that way, but when it's around the police, I just feel like they ain't gonna. I just feel like they can't protect me. I just feel like it's the other way around. I'm just kind of nervous and worried about that. I think that's sad.
Yeah,
I think that's really sad, but that's how I feel about it. So it kind of it just makes you nervous.
Well, because of your colour.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
It does, yeah. Because like I said, when I see the police, sometimes my heart rate goes up a bit, even though you know you've done nothing wrong. It just feels that way.
I think that's. I mean, I get that. I mean, I've never been stopped by police because I'm an unreal driver. But yeah, but you know, I get that. If you ever, you know, it's the nervous energy type thing, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So, but is it? Do you feel like more anxiety because of your colour, or?
A little bit, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I can't lie. Like when I used to live in the US at the time, whenever because of how their police officers can be over there, I never said it or anything, but I used to feel nervous inside.
Yeah.
Like I used to feel my heart rate used to go up even more, because I was thinking, oh, I hope that I don't get pulled over or anything for doing anything wrong. Even though I know I'm not doing anything wrong, but I just feel like I don't want to get stopped or anything, because I don't want them to. You know, this could go south real quick. But I think because I had that mentality of when I was over there, I've kind of brought it over here as well. So I'm very nervous, because I'm just like, I don't know how they're gonna be and feel, and it's sad, and it's just disheartening, you know. And it does affect you, you know. It really does affect you mentally, and yeah, I'm normally a very positive person, trying to be as positive as possible, but I have to say, like even for me, this is tough. It's just tough at times. So,
how does it make you feel with like all the like social media stuff now that's out and stuff, like all the racist abuse and stuff? I mean, you know, like you said about like your feelings and stuff. Is it getting you down? Is it, you know, like is it ruining your day? Is it, you know, is it creating that more anxiety that it might happen to you? Like,
yes, 100%. It does. It really does. Like, it's just so sad. Obviously, like football players get it a lot. And obviously loads of other people get it a lot in open, random areas, you know, shops and stuff like that. It's so disheartening and sad, and it's just, you know, obviously people say people say, oh, these things that don't really happen as much in the UK. When they do, you just might not ever notice it, but some of these things actually do happen, and it does make you nervous, and it's just not a nice feeling, you know, because you're trying to be positive, but then something, you know, you just see a post about something that not only just happens here, it could happen abroad, maybe in America or other countries, and it just makes you feel really sad, and it just makes you nervous, and it's just, you shouldn't have to feel that way. You shouldn't. No one should ever have to feel that kind of way, but it's tough.
Is there anything that like helps you with it? Is there anything that like you know, you said about being positive and stuff? Is there anything like?
I think
we've got to be. I think we have to be a bit real here. Like, it's not going to go away tomorrow, is it? Like, it's going to happen, 100%. And I'm not going to like. It's not this. I hope it doesn't come across in a nasty way, but it will happen to you again. Like,
no, I agree.
Do you know what I mean? And that's the problem that we've got. So that's what I mean. Is there anything that that helps you through it? Anything that keeps you positive? Anything that gets you through it? Type thing.
I think just talking to people. I think talking to people helps a lot. Talking to people does. Like, I like, I think I like talking to people just so that they can, you know, it kind of just releases a bit of, you know, tension and all that. I just feel a bit better sometimes, you know, and sometimes they tell me, well, some people tell me about their experiences, or they could just say, listen, it's going to be all right and stuff like that, and it does help. So, yeah, just talking about it, I think, and also, obviously you can try and take your mind off it as much as you want, but there's certain things that will always stick for you with you, and I think certain things like that those experiences that I've had, doesn't matter where I go or whatever, that's stuff that could never leave me. That would always be there in memory, and you can't forget it. So that's one of the big problems with this kind of thing. You'll never forget it, and that's the thing.
And then, is there anything like, obviously, like I said, it's not going to go away tomorrow or anything, but is there anything that you think could be done now? Is there anything that we could do now that might be able to? Or are we just too far away? Is it just even little baby steps aren't going to really?
But the only thing is, it's just maybe just being also helping to be a bit more aware of, just helping. I think what we need to do is, like I said, just keep people aware of what's happening, and if we can eventually get to a stage where, like, okay, say for instance, like another culture, say for instance, like white culture, for example, right? If we are able to maybe one day, not now, but maybe one day we can get to a stage where it's like, because like sometimes, okay, in a black culture, you can sense where something potentially is going, whether it could potentially be a racial thing or not. I would like it to maybe eventually one day, maybe if it gets to a situation where maybe other cultures, they will get to that stage where it's just like, oh, I can see where this potentially could be going down that kind of route, and then we could all just jump in together and like be like, just like kind of stop the situation early and kind of be all. That's my only thing. I think eventually, like one day, I think eventually that could happen, where like signs of what could potentially the situation could be seen through other, in all cultures, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
that's one thing, but that's I guess that's a long way away, I think. But I think just talking about it and to a lot of people and stuff like that, seeing and get talking to a lot of people on that and seeing that it's actually real and what's actually happening is happening. These things help. I think that's what I think. So it's just important.
Yeah. And then do you think it'll ever go away? Realistically, in your lifetime?
Not in my lifetime, no.
No.
One can only hope, but no chance. No. I just can't see it. It looks at this, unless the education system, for example, is put in there. Even in like other courses, like I said, even like the security course. I'm not saying that it's not in there, but maybe people's perceptions and how people bring things across. Not even just like school. It needs to be, like I said, it needs to be rolled out more in schools and other courses. These things are very important. So if these things are rolled out in other departments, that might help as well. So, and it's a mindset as well. It's a mindset. I think, don't get me wrong, social media also doesn't help to a certain extent either, because it also gives a perception also of like maybe of some cultures. That doesn't generally mean that the whole culture is like that. And that's what's wrong, because obviously a lot of people then think, okay, cool, that's what this culture is like. That's what they're like. But not necessarily, everyone's different. Not everyone's exactly like that. So it's just stuff like that the media and stuff, they need to help. But the problem is they won't help. That's my biggest thing as well. Like social media companies, all that. It's all right, we keep talking about, these people need to do this and that. They're not going to do anything. I have no faith in them that they're going to do anything. I have no faith in them either. But obviously we're going to keep fighting it, but I have no faith in them right now.
Yeah.
So, we fight.
Yeah. But yeah, really good chat, mate. Thanks everyone for watching. Please like, subscribe, click on the notification button, and let us know down in the comments anything you like, anything you don't like. If you'd like to see more stuff like this. And then, Shaun, do you want to finish off?
Yeah. Thank you for listening, and check us out on Instagram and on Facebook and Castbox for Let's Talk with Shaun and Luke. And leave your comments. If anyone wants to come on the show and they've got stuff like this they want to talk about or anything, just let us know. And thank you for watching.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.